Hello, welcome back. So for today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the new Merit Beauty, the Uniform Tinted Mineral Sunscreen. I love an SPF, absolutely do. I use it every day, have done for many years now, but I do also absolutely love like a BB cream, a CC cream, a tinted moisturizer as well. So the fact that we've got a product that's got both is brilliant. There are a few like CC creams, BB creams that have got SPF in them, but I wouldn't rely on those as an SPF. If you know what I mean. I would still apply my SPF underneath. I probably will with this, to be honest. But this one is a mineral tinted sunscreen. So the sunscreen is kind of like the main factor in this. So I've got quite a few Merit Beauty products anyway. I absolutely love them. I think they're really nice quality. I think they apply beautifully. They're just stunning, really nice. So this one I got from Sephora. I actually got this one in the US because I was there until like a few days ago. And yeah, I've just noticed though, this is really weird because on the website, can you see that? It says, this is Merit Beauty's website. It says it's SPF 50, but the one that I got from the US on the box, it says 45. So that's a bit confusing. I don't know if there's some kind of difference between the UK and the US, although, you know, as far as I can gather, they allow a higher SPF than we do, so that wouldn't make sense. I don't know, maybe they've changed it, but I only literally bought that like a week and a half ago, so who knows. But anyway, their shade range is backwards. So I was really confused in there because I'm quite a cool toned pale colour or fair. And I was looking and I was thinking, this is a bit odd because their darkest shade is actually 02. And normally, in general, I would go for like a 2.5, but their palest shade is actually a 30. So it gets lighter as the numbers increase, which is very confusing, to be quite honest with you. But just bear that in mind if you're ordering online. Yeah, so I tried to get the very best colour match that I could. I really did. I got the shade, what was it, 28, which is Silk Chiffon, which to me in the shop looked quite cool toned, but on the website it looks a bit more neutral. This one is actually one down from the lightest shade. So this, I'll just show you the box. This is what it looks like. It's just a kind of quite simple packaging. I do like it though. Yeah, and as I say, there's the front there, and then on the back it says active ingredient purpose, zinc oxide 15%, sunscreen. Just looking at the ingredient list on here, and there's nothing really that strikes as being particularly skincare-y. I'll show you there if you want to pause that, but that's what the ingredients are. So yeah, nothing really, you know, as I say, not even niacinamide. That's rare these days. But yeah, this is the actual product itself. See, even on camera, it looks a bit more kind of, it's got a little bit of a yellowiness to it, but in person, it actually looks a bit pinky, which is why I'm quite surprised. But I do love this packaging. It's really nice. We've got this really nice square lid and a pump on there as well. There's 50 ml in this tube, by the way. So I'm going to apply it with a brush. I don't like coloured products on my hands. I'm okay with, you know, skincare and stuff, but when it's got a bit of colour in it, I get a bit ugh with it being on my hands. So I'm going to apply it with a brush. Then we'll go for about 3 pumps. That's not too bad. See, it looks, I don't know, it looks all right. It might be a bit light, you know, because I've got a bit of a tan now. We'll see. Can always bronze it up if needs be. Right, so as I say, I'm taking my brush. And I'll just do the one side to start off with so we can see the difference. A little bit light at the moment anyway, but it's not too bad. I think, you know, normally this would be all right for me, but because I've got that little bit of tan, it's not that noticeable though. Actually looks really nice. It evens things out quite nicely. You know, I don't look as... That's really nice. You wait till you see this up close. Oh, I'm peeling a bit on my nose, like round here. I came back with a cold. I always come back, it doesn't matter how hot it is, with a cold. I think it's because there was a woman coughing and spluttering behind me on the plane. Obviously, it's quite a long flight. So yeah, I've been blowing my nose quite a lot and it's gone a bit peely. Anyway, yeah, so as I say, I'll show you up close. Oh, it's dripped all down my arm. So yeah, that's how it looks. I mean, it's a tinted sunscreen. It's not going to be masses of coverage or anything like that. Well aware of that. But as I say, I am used to this kind of product anyway, coverage wise. And this one, it looks so nice on the skin. Where I had like, I was a bit sort of multi-tonal, should we say? Like I had patches of different colours, like quite a bit of redness in some areas, other areas a little bit of hyperpigmentation, which does, you know, come out more at this time of the year. It's really evened all that out. It's quite nice. It's a bit more matte than I was expecting though, but you know, I'm not mad at that. So there's my skin before compared to after. And then I'll give you a front on. Yeah, it kind of match isn't actually that bad, is it, once it's blended in? But no, it looks really nice, like really nice. I'm going to apply it to the rest of that half as well now. Yeah, the only thing I will say with a product like this is I like to use a lot of SPF, like I put a lot on. And obviously when you're using something that's got a tint or a colour to it, for me, I don't like to use loads of it. Like if I use foundation, I don't use much or anything like that because I don't want to look cakey. Whereas with something like this, it's kind of like a bit tricky because you want that maximum effect from the SPF, but you don't want to look cakey at the same time, which is why, I mean, is that defeating the object at all? But is why I would put my usual SPF underneath as well. But I suppose there's no harm in having more, is there? You know, you can never have too much. Okay, so I have completely applied it now to this side of my face and my neck. And I can honestly say that the colour match is fine once it's blended out. I mean, bearing in mind I've only gone down halfway down my neck and then obviously blended it. You can't tell. So the colour's absolutely fine. Yeah, it's really nice, like really nice. Do excuse my peely nose, as I said before, we'll disregard that. But with regards to everything else, it looks so nice on the skin. It really does. I know, as I said before, it's not going to have a massive impact coverage-wise. However, I do feel like it does give a really nice even like tone. I actually really like it. It's very lightweight as well. You can bet, well, you can't at all feel it on the skin. It really does have a nice finish to it as well, which I'm loving. And there's no pilling. So yeah, you know, like obviously some sunscreens that you put underneath your makeup can cause, you know, I'm going to put one more pump on, can cause quite a lot of pilling. Well, some can. But yeah, no, this one doesn't do that at all. Right, so there's it all over now. I think you can really tell, you know, how much more even my skin tone looks. I did use, I would say, probably the first one was about half a pump, so 3.5 pumps maybe. But I will say that normally I probably wouldn't use quite that much, just because obviously when I'm on camera I'm talking a lot and it tends to dry out a bit on the back of my hand. But yeah, maybe 2 pumps in the future, which is average for me with foundation. But yeah, so that's how we're looking. How close can I get? There we go. Really nice. It's really nice. Like that. Forehead. Peely nose. And then around my mouth there. Yeah, and as I say, it's blended fine on my neck as well. Right, so I'm going to put some light makeup. I'm not going to go too heavy or anything. I've done my brows and lashes already, but I'm just going to do a bit of bronzer, blush, maybe that's about it. And then we will do a wear test as well today. Right, okay, so makeup all done. I literally just went on with a bit of the MAC Give Me Some bronzer and the Rare Beauty blush in Happy. And then I just set it down with the Revolution Super Fix, the original one. Yeah, looks really nice, really like it. Everything layered over it perfectly, as I said before, no pilling or anything like that. It looks really nice and healthy on the skin. It looks kind of like blurred. As I said before, it's a bit mattifying, so it does give that slight blurred appearance as well. But no, it's stunning. First impressions, absolutely love it. So we're going to see how it looks after hopefully about 8 hours. I'll try and get out of it. What will that be? Oh, I don't know. It's quarter to 1 nearly. Yeah, maybe about 7. We'll see. But yeah, so the time now is 12:41. As I say, I'll check back. I'll leave it as long as I possibly can, and we'll see how we're getting on. So it's now been 9 hours. So I actually went over 8. So there we go. Quarter to 10 just gone. And yeah, it still looks really good. I'm really impressed with this, like really impressed. It's so nice. Apart from looking obviously a bit oily, a bit shiny in areas, it is July. So yeah, forehead is like that. It's not even really settled into like my forehead lines around my cheeks. See, this all still looks really nice, like where I've put the bronzer and blusher on. You know, there's no movement or anything there. Other side, around my mouth, still looks good. Nose, as I said before, we're going to disregard that because that's peely. But yeah, no, I love it. I think it's really nice. It's lasted so well. And yeah, it's held up brilliantly. So as always, I will link the product in the description box below for you, along with any discount codes if I can find any as well. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up and I'd really appreciate it. It'd mean the absolute world to me. If you did enjoy watching this video and you would like to see more content from me in the future and you would like to subscribe to my channel. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye.